Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to one of the most technical, thrilling Oh, that is a neighbor. Yes, unfortunately, this is the current day Oran Park, the housing market taking over this puppy, but that's okay. It's race night here at the virtual Oran Park here on Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam, and you have joined us for 40 minutes of elbows out. GR86 coming at you. This classic Australian layout may be gone in real life, but tonight it roars back to real life with a field full of hungry drivers. I'm showing about 17, 27 call that. This one's going to be a blast. It may look simple on this track map, but don't be fooled. This elevation change as well as this free circuit within the iRacing universe can definitely keep you on your heels. We'll take a look at our starting grid here in just a moment as we have qualifying just now finishing up. Well, welcome here once again. This is what was the 86 Challenge Sim League, now rebranded, renamed West Coast Sim Racing. Gonna bring you some action live real quick. Thank you to our affiliates and sponsors up there in the top right. Of course, Cotton Bowl Speedway, just outside of Austin, Texas. Something a little bit more personal to me, Race to Stop Suicide. Be sure you hit those guys up and just check in with each other every once in a while. Of course, we got the West Coast Sim Racing new league here tonight. What was, again, formerly known as that 86 Challenge Sim League, both multi-class in that GR86 challenge as well. Of course, Con Coaching can't be here, can't have these drivers here on the field without as much pace as they have if they have not visited Zane here yet. That driver with some pretty immaculate pace, and he will show you how it is done as well. Let's take a look, before we take a look at our starting grid, take a look at the race info here tonight, take a look at what our drivers are working with. 79 degrees Fahrenheit, we're sitting at a 380 feet of altitude, only a 1.6 mile track, so these laps will tick off pretty quick, but timed 40-minute race. We will have a caution thrown 20 minutes in. Taking a look at our starting grid here, brought to you by Race to Stop Suicide. Andreas Profana, excuse me, that's a newer name here with us. Apologies, Andreas Prienfalk, I believe that is that last name there. John Ebersalt, their driver out of Texas himself, going to slap it right there on that front row next to Andreas. Amethyst Reese, Warren Johnson rounding out third and fourth. Jesse L. Pate, I believe that is Ali Xay. I will get that right there, Jesse. Give me a few tries. Matthew, Colin Gerald, Andreas Profana. There's Andreas Profana down there, P9. Adam Parks in that top 10 spot. I believe we'll have just one whole pace lap here. Oh, where'd the grid go? Hey, come on. Okay, well, we'll get back to it here. Looks like we are just about going green flag racing. Welcome in here to Stam Studio Network. This is going to be a good one. We are already looking 2, 3, 4 wide here into turns 1. Who lifts here just a little early? It looks like we already have an incident here on track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different drivers involved. Warren Johnson's going to have contact here himself. We are still spinning here further in the back of the pack. Oh, somebody had just towed to the pits there, so apologies for the instant cut to the blimp shot there. Looks like we have had 1, 2, 3,000 drivers involved within that first starting accordion effect. We'll get some replays here in just a moment. Also, these graphics will start scrolling on the top left. We'll see who we are seeing now. Andreas Prienfalk here, remember, newer driver, started out here on the pole. Looks like he has the pace to keep it there on the race start. John Ebersol, Amethyst Reese was able to get away cleanly. Warren Johnson, though, was not. He started up here P4, already fallen back to P9. We still have drivers running out and off the racing surface. Here comes some more 2 wide here. This is Andreas Profana and Wesley Gungler. They're going to settle it back down to single file. Starting to look a little close here for the battle for the race lead. This is Prienfalk versus Ebersol. Here comes John. He's going to look down and around the outside. And it's like I thought, he's going to switch it right back around the inside. Here we go, turns 1 and 2. That's Andreas. They're able to retain a P1 for the moment. As though that was pretty deep there. And for Ebersol, looks like Ali Xay is going to lose quite a few spots here as well. Getting on board to our live driver cam here of Ali Xay. We're gonna have to see. We got 3,000 replays to look at. Andreas, unfortunately, or excuse me, Ali Xay unfortunately drops down to P14 off the start. Here we go. We're gonna take a replay at the race start and take a look at these 3, 4, 5 different drivers that were involved. I believe it happened up there with Warren Johnson as well. As here's a little bit better look at the start. Take a look at that green, white, and yellow car there. Oh, we're already going to look 3 wide on the front row as well as second row back. Looks like an accordion effect already here on the front stretch. Here we go. Oh my, looks like traffic going into your city. Here we go, and that's not going to stick there in turns 1. There's Warren Johnson getting shoved wide. There's Andreas Profana going off the racing circuit, and that's just going to present a little bit bigger of an issue there. Back to live coverage, and then we'll take a look at some more replays that have occurred since then. This is Mason D. Walters, newer driver that's racing with us here. He's going to start looking side by side with Colin Gerald heading up the hill. I love Oran Park here because we got, there you see it, that Yokohama bridge there. I don't know. Don't know where that one came out of, but here we go. Oh, a little send it in there for that driver of the 20 is Colin Gerald. We're going to bang some fenders here heading up and through that Yokohama. Oh, we are getting off 2 tires here. I don't know how these drivers are keeping it all tidy. Still green flag racing up here in the pack. Not for long, though. Remember, we do have that competition caution thrown 20 minutes in this race. If you were involved in something a little bit earlier on, that is A-OK. Going to stack the field right back up halfway to go. Here's another really nice battle that has started and with us. Oh, we got another driver going around here. I'm starting to hear some big tire screeches there. You see the right side of your screen that looks like it was, oh man, ARCA breaking here, boys. Colin Gerald, aggressive in the first couple of laps. Looks like he's going to take Matthew with him. Lewis Holloway also involved. I'm curious who this started with here. We're going to take a look at Lewis Holloway here, the driver of the number 9 Toyota GR86, going to round last turn here at Oran Park. And this is an incident in front of him here. He gets on the gas there a little early, and this is going to essentially just block the racing line, as I believe Colin's going to make his way through here. Yep, here this incident is here. A little bit of contact will ensue. No harm, no foul that time, but Colin Gerald and Matthew did get involved in an incident of their own. Same corner. Here's a replay of that. Oh, matter of fact, that was Colin just getting launched up into there from the Aldi machine. I believe that is the 50. Oh, that number's too small there from the Aldi. But Well, we're able to keep things moving and grooving back up in the battle for what was the race lead. I'm still showing Andreas still leading John Ebersol, but not by much, only 7/10 of a second separating these two drivers. Also, Amethyst Reese, really haven't mentioned her name too much tonight. She sits in P3 number 37, shown in that Nyan Cat GR86. Starting to close this gap down to our leaders a little bit here. Jesse Pate, there it is, a Panda Spec Motorsport driver, 31, shown one spot since the drop of the green flag. Speaking of spots gained since the green flag, our biggest mover right now, Mason D. Walters, driver 28, showing some really nice paint schemes. Some newer drivers, some newer paint schemes as Sean and Tater curse. Oh, it is going to get best of him. Mason somehow hangs on board with that. That was a big incident there for Mason. Oh, maybe that incident was maybe a little bit of a hardware failure. We're going to hop on board with Mason here and see what he saw. Oh, matter of fact, really quick, we're going to hop back on live board coverage with Joe Wild here. I'm still hearing cars wrecking. Adam is going to make this spot around Adam Parks, the 069. Here's another incident, or here's that look at what happened with Mason here. He hung on board to it there, but that much wheel movement, I wouldn't doubt if you got a wheel clamp there on that wheel, I would imagine you just jolted that thing right off your desk, and he's going to take that immediate tow down into the pits. Andreas still up here leading right now. The last time we checked this gap, it was 7/10 of a second. It's looking like just about a second separating Andreas and John Ebersol. If these drivers do start getting into a little bit of battles of their own, don't count out Miss Amethyst Reese, still there right where she started in P3. All right, there's been so much action since the drop of the green flag. I'm sorry, I'm just now checking in live on YouTube land. Every single one of you joining here, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And, well, let me know who your early race pick to win is. I know we got Andreas led every single lap. Probably the favorite, most definitely is at this point. John Ebersol, another Panda Spec Motorsport driver, Toyota GR86, having some speed here tonight. Oh, there's another incident here. We got Silva going around. Looks like he's already got some pretty heavy damage there. I was going to say, that did not sound like a happy Toyota GR86. Oh, look at the rear wheel get lifted off the racing surface. He's just trying to make it down and around the very slow pit lane here, and it's a very dangerous pit entry too. Check this out. Right off of the racing line here. Probably a little bit more contact. Yep, that outside wall. We're going to see what's happened earlier on here to Silva. There's that Aldi. That was the number 56 there that was involved earlier on. And then here's Silva going here around. Oh, just around the back end's going to go. Looks like he already had a little crinkle on that front end. He's going to take the Red Bull GR86 right there with him. Unfortunate here for John Ebersol. Well, he's having a great run, an immaculate run, don't get me wrong, but he's still continuing to lose just a little bit of time. Matter of fact, we take a look at that lap time history. It's a little bit of cat and mouse. Lap 4 and 5 there, John was a little faster than our leader, but now as Andreas starts to put the pedal to the metal here at Oran Park, he's starting to run away with the race lead. Not so fast here, though. Only about 11 more minutes till our caution is thrown. Nice battles here between, oh, that's a nice paint scheme for driver of the number 221, Andreas Profana there, running a little bit of a paint scheme I put together myself. Glad that I'm seeing that here running it live and on the racetrack. Although Ali Xade is going to take P6 right around from him. Looks like there's or sounds like there's been an incident right here in front of him. Jesse has gone around. He's going to get it back and rolling. That number 31, very vibrant. What do you call that? Baby blue paint scheme here. Let's see what happened to Jesse. This is coming into, I believe it is turn 1 here, where you want to be carrying as much speed as you can into the kind of double apex left-hander. And as the tree looks like, I'm going to blame that one on the tree, gets right in the way of Jesse there, spins him around. He's able to get right there, I believe, shown back up to P5. I am not sure. I'm showing Warren Johnson P4 at the moment. Remember, Warren Johnson, if you're just now joining us here tonight on Stam Studio Network, well, first of all, I greatly appreciate you spending your evening with us here, but man, Warren was kind of involved in that early incident there in lap 1. He finds himself all the way back up to P4 at the moment where he started this race. Let me know it down there in YouTube land below if everything is sounding good. If, hey, cars are a little too loud, if I'm a little too loud, it happens. Just let me know and I'll be sure to fix it right away. Once again, you're joining us here, and it's a newer league named the West Coast Sim Racing League. What is formerly known is there you see it on that front windshield banner of Warren Johnson, league owner here, that was formerly known as the 86 Challenge Sim League. A little bit of a name change. We're going to keep things moving and grooving as far as races and broadcasts go. Give a little bit of a flash of the lights there to a driver that is shown a lap down. Warren saying, hey, I got to go, go, go. That is Joe Wild now shown 1 lap down. I believe Joe had an incident in the race earlier of his own. Matter of fact, it was 1 or 2. We'll take a look at the earlier one here. A little bit of a checkup here. Not sure what's going on here. That's, you see Joe on the right side of your screen, number 21. Oh, we saw this incident earlier. Yep, that's that Red Bull. Oh, what number is that? They're so tiny on these GR86s. Joe was able to kind of get a little 360 Tony Hawk action there, keep it moving and grooving. But then Joe with another incident of his own. Right now, only our top 10 drivers are shown on the lead lap, but once again, it's not the end of the world. All you drivers that are 1 lap down, we will have that caution flag thrown, and we'll have all of these drivers wave back around and put on the lead lap. John Ebersol, what I thought was starting to lose the gap. Oh my, what a save there out of John. He's able to keep reeling in. He was reeling in until that moment there. Huge save for John Ebersol. He was looking within a second. He's going to drop back down to 1.5 seconds back to our race leader, Andreas Krienfalk here. Real quick, before we get a little too close to our competition caution flag, I'm going to treat you guys sights and sounds of the racetrack. And yes, I'll give you a little bit of a warning. Crank it back down before I join you back up here in the booth. I'll be right back with you, though. Here, enjoy the sights, the sounds, these race engines here in these GR86s. Go ahead and crank this puppy right back down. We've got some good battling starting to brew here into turns 1 and 2. Once again, is that double left-hander? Looks like Matthew's going to make that pass. There's a little bit of a contact there coming out of the last turn at Oran Park. And there you see they're on the, I was trying to get a shot of it there. That's just a little bit off the racing line. This gravel is starting to accumulate. And with this caution being thrown here in 5 minutes, we won't have the sweepers out here on track, but all these drivers running at caution speed should have that gravel picked up and hopefully thrown right back off the racing surface. Jesse L. Pate. There we go. Okay, so once again, it's going to take me a couple times there. Looks like there's a couple different ways you can pronounce Jesse's last name, but I believe that one is right there. Pate is right back to where he started this race, but he's got a rear bumper full of that one, the only AliXA. This driver back to where they also started this race, the red GR86, shown number 19. He's having himself a really good run here as they're trying to run away from next car back is on Andreas Profana, shown the 221. They're up 2 spots since the drop of the green. Matthew Gazno, I believe I'm saying that one or probably butchering that last name. Let me know there, Matthew, as you find yourself up to P8. Christian Gonzalez up to P9. That's 5 spots where he started this race. This driver also put quite a few, I think the most laps down there in our practice session before the race. Christian is having himself a really nice run tonight. Speaking of nice run, these got to be teammates or just newer drivers to the sim, possibly. I mean, look at these same exact paint schemes going on for Christian and Lewis Holloway here. And look at that, the racecraft too. I mean, so much distance and, well, a little bit of a distance left between, but not as much as you might get compared to some other drivers. It's really nice battling, really clean battling here between Christian Gonzalez, Lewis Holloway for P9 and P10. Speaking of really nice battling, starting to see some bump drafting action, or damn near it here. AliXA's back bumper cam looking at Jesse here as now AliXA made that pass on Jesse since we were last looking at it here. This is probably going to be about, let's see here, about 3 laps until that caution flag is thrown. It will be thrown on minute 20, no matter where the leader is on the track. And since our last little replay section here, it's pretty much just been, yeah, I don't think we have had a driver. Oh, I spoke too soon here, right in front of us. Driver number 13, Hayden Beatty. I probably butchering it either way there. And apologies, Hayden. Let me know down there in YouTube land below. As real quick, we're going to take a look at your incident. You start pushing so hard, and I mean, these tires they're definitely up to grip here. Hopefully you didn't push him too hard early on in the race. Oh, that's Hayden just trying to carry a little bit too much speed. Almost runs the alternate layouts here at Oran Park. He's going to actually, yeah, he will run. Oh, okay. Groundskeeper going to love that as this little mow of the grass, a little bit of gravel back on the racing surface. No harm, no foul. Here's another really nice battle starting to ensue. Little bits of a yeah, you could call it that. A little 3-way battle action for 9th, 10th, and 11th here on track. About 1.5 minutes to go until our caution flag is thrown. Hopefully, hey, this is our little preseason thriller. This little test session here for, I'm producing, commentating, directing, and a little something new, race control here tonight. And I'm looking at this move here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to kick any drivers out, but I am in charge of wave arounds and yellow flags. That was a look for Lewis Holloway there into turn 2. Couldn't make it stick. Oh, Matthew unfortunately toes to the pits here. I'm seeing Matthew had just gone off the track. Oh, this Aldi running number 55, excuse me, I called him 56 earlier on in the race, right in front of our Marshall stand, going to take the instant tow. Alrighty, well, a 2-second gap is going to be slowed and woed down in just a few moments' time for Andreas here's John Ebersol, who's probably extremely thankful for this caution flag that is just about to fly. Amethyst Reese is still running right where she started this race, P3. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on her on this race restart after we get all these drivers wove. I think it's waved back around. Warren Johnson once again makes his way back and up to P4. Some really nice pace for the driver, 24 here tonight. Battles coming to our caution flag just 10 seconds from now. This looks like Christian Gonzalez going to take that spot away from Lewis Holloway. Christian, once again, he is now up 8 spots since that drop. And here we go. I'm going to have to do something here a little behind the scenes. Let's see if this works. Okay, it's not showing up on the graphic. I might have to do a little something else here. Alrighty, now, yep, there you see in the top left of your screen, yellow flag thrown. Going to get these drivers waved all around. Speaking of wave around, there's Hayden, Matthew, Adam, Jacob Gardner, Mason D. Walters, Colin Jarrell, and Wesley Gunler here. We're all going to have to wave around. Stick with us here. We'll be right with you back in STAM Studio Network right after this quick word from one of our sponsors.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, welcome back in here to STAM Studio Network, where we are under the yellow flag. We're going to try to keep it a quick yellow, as that's now all drivers have been given the wave around. So once everybody is waved back around, we will be getting back under some green flag racing. If you're just now joining us here, Andreas Prienfalk, and once again, correct me if I'm wrong here, these are lots of newer drivers joining us here tonight. And for the start of what is going to be a great season here at West Coast Sim Racing. This is going to be pretty fun to watch throughout this whole season. Andreas looking like he's got some really nice pace here tonight from Oran Park. But John Ebersol, he was starting to close that gap here right before this yellow flag was thrown. Amethyst Reist, Warren Johnson, Ali Iksay, Jesse L. Pate, Andreas Profana, Lewis Holloway, Christian Gonzalez, and Joe Wild making up our top 10. Should have Joe Wild being waved around as well. As Joe comes to a stop here. Hayden, Matthew, Adam, Jacob, all of the drivers that were given wave arounds, well, they're now shown either, I'm given the... Okay, well, I'm going to have to shorten up this yellow flag here, and we're going to get these puppies racing here. Be right back with you. Alrighty, that was a quick one. I know these drivers were probably wanting to get the one to green there before the caution flag, but goodness, Warren, if you're listening here, man, I don't know, directing, producing, commentating, and race control, that's, woo boy, we're starting to boil over at the top here. Speaking of Warren Johnson, the man himself, he's going to get these tires back up to operating temperatures. Shown at P4, once again, right back where he started this race, and let's take a look at that green flag start once again real quick, since we have just a few more turns to go. This was the original race starts here, and take a look at this, guys. We were starting to look 3, 4, just about 5 wide here. It's, well, what do you watch? I'll tell you what to watch. That's Warren Johnson's going to get shoved off the track. Probably not too happy here. Here we go. Here's a little bit better view of it. Yep, just accordion effect there, going to send Warren wide, and then that's not the end of the incident. We're going to continue out here. That's Andreas Profana going to go around. That's Lightning McQueen S221. They're still wrecking behind him. Andreas cutting the track right there, but probably the right idea. All right, we are 2 wide, back for a race restart here in the West Coast Sim Racing League, brought to you by Race to Stop Suicide, Cotton Bowl Speedway, and of course, STAM Studio Network. I wonder if this restart here is going to be a little bit more cordial than that start, or come on, no, not even. I think all of our drivers' elbows will be out pretty wide here. This is Andreas Prienfalks, John Ebersol, Amethyst Reese, Warren Johnson. How about Ali XA up here in the top 5? Here we go! Green flag racing. Once again from Oran Park, the track that is unfortunately no longer with us. Here we're going to look side by side for P2. Little 3 wide there in the back of the pack for 7th and 8th. Here we go, diving into our double apex. Oh, this is going to be contact, heavy contact. Warren Johnson's going to take Lewis Holloway down into the beach there. Unfortunate run for these drivers after that race restart. Here as we look at Jesse and Ali XA start to look side by side. There's Andreas Profanas right there with them. This is a nice start up here in the front of the pack. Unfortunate there for Warren and Lewis once again as they find themselves to P8 and P9. Andreas is trying to run away from these battles right here behind him. John Ebersol loses a spot on this race restart. Amethyst Reese, how about this? Oh, if you're new here on STAM Studio Network or West Coast Sim Racing, we will have these top 3 drivers interviewed. This is what they are all fighting for right now, as no playoff points awarded here in this preseason thriller. We got a driver going around in the further back of the pack. That looks like, oh, it's Andreas Profana. I saw that driver hit about Mach 2. That rear end has seen better days. That's going to drag some pretty bad gravel up and onto the racing surface. Let's see what happened here to Profana. Looks like could be a self-induced spin here. No, they're going to see another, I think that was Ali XA that ran wide there in front of him, and just a little overreaction. Oh, not wall contacts, but more heavy contact with, was that the Alti number 55 again? I sure hope not. We'll get back to our battle for P1, 2, and 3. Holy save there out of Andreas. Okay, this is something new here. You see a pit stop, a timer here. I didn't even know where that came from, but unfortunately you will see that popping up for the driver of 221 Profana, who had some really nice speed and pace here tonight. Here's Warren Johnson start to play a little bit of cat and mouse. Right now he's playing cat as he starts to reel in Lewis Holloway for that's P7 spot. Unfortunate for Warren earlier on in the race. Both starts there on the initial start of the race, as well as our green flag. So we do see Andreas still sitting in the pits. Unfortunate for that driver, probably going to try and get that GR86 fixed right back up. And oh, here comes Ali XA into the pits as well. Alrighty, well, once again, you hate that for him with as much speed and pace as they had here, not only in the race, but in qualifying and in practice as well. We're going to get back to some live racing action. Here's the battle that we were just looking at. Lewis Holloway, Warren Johnson starting to continue to battle this out. It's now for P6 as Ali XA has once again made their way down and into the pits. Battle for the race lead is also still looking at just about, 1 second exactly, matter of fact, last time by. And taking a look at these sector differentials between these two drivers. Andreas is faster sector 1, but I mean, Amethyst Reese, guys, don't counter out of this race win here. These can inch ever so closer to our white and checkered flags here. It's, I was trying to sell it there, Amethyst, but still faster sector 1. And hey, speaking of faster sector 3-4 compared to John Ebersol. That PandaSpec Motorsport driver right there behind him. Speaking of PandaSpec Motorsport, that's drivers making up 3rd and 4th right now. this battle has been raging on for about 3 laps here at this moment. Here we're getting a nice drone shot of it. Warren Johnson's going to have to play a little. Oh, this is going to get tight here. They're still side by side. Door quarter clear for driver of number 9, Lewis Holloway. That's going to be some more spots gained for these drivers. That looks like Andreas Profana going off the racing surface after already being put down 1 lap after their heavy contact with the rear end of their GR86 earlier on in the race. Here comes some more what is just about to be side-by-side battling. John Ebersol, Amethyst Reese. Amethyst was reeling in our race leader. Unfortunate for her now as the gap is looking almost 2 seconds. That's another driver gone around. Ali Xay. Red is not the color you want to be in here tonight in a GR86, as I think every single car with some red on it, if it hadn't just been an overall wreck, it's definitely gone into the pits. Here we go. Christian is starting to hold up Lewis Holloway and Warren Johnson here. Throw a blanket over this battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Coming around the bend. Oh, that's going to be some contact with the outside wall. Somehow Christian able to hang on to it. Warren Johnson, Lewis Holloway, they're going to continue to be just about side by side into turns 1 and 2. Warren's going to think better of it here. We are getting down to the nitty gritty. Just a couple of laps to go. 10 minutes to go left in the race. So apologies, not a couple laps, but probably about 6 or 7 with the pace that these drivers are running. A little bit of front end damage there as you see that nose, a little bit of crinkle action going for Warren Johnson. Pretty much 2 different battles we're starting to look at here on the racetrack. John Ebersol still holding off. John Ebersol took that spot away from Amethyst Reese. We're going to see a replay on how that one happened. Andreas Profana, well, okay. Okay. I'm overwhelmed here, boys. Okay. I'm going to get us first that look at John Ebersol passing on Amethyst Reese there for a P2, and then we'll take a look at Ali Xay's incident. A little bit slower look at it there. I'm liking what I'm seeing there out of the 37. Although she loses the spot, runs very wide and kind of doesn't lose too much time there to Jessie there right behind her. Jessie is up to P4. Mentioned it. We'll take a look at Andreas Profana's crash here. Well, matter of fact, we'll hop on board with it, see what this driver saw. Saw some great battling in front of it. I can tell that. Oh, that's you saw the wheel just whip around there for Andreas, and yep, there's that. I believe that was that rear contact that we saw earlier. Yep, it was. That Rusty's rear bumper. Oh, Stam Studio Network license plate on the rear. Definitely seen better days here. So we start to heat up battles. Once again, 4P2, John Ebersol made that pass on Amethyst Reese, but guys, here, once again, don't count her out of this race just yet. She continues to fight for P2 and is right now holding off on that final driver interview spot. Here's a nice onboard shot with Mr. Warren Johnson. He's going to dive it hard into the bank, or not banks, but up and into the hill here for our last turn out of Oran Park. Oh my, what another save there. Is that Ali Xay? Or no, that was Andreas Profana, excuse me. The two, once again, I don't think you want to have red on your car for some reason. We've seen just about every car with some red on it gone around here tonight, and well, Andreas, although he has the pace in the 227, dives down the inside. Holy, got a little bit too deep into the braking zone there. Going to somehow miss just barely league owner, as well as I believe that is Lewis Holloway right there with them. Take a look at this replay. This could have been a huge incident here. Look at him split the gap there. It's unfortunate. Runs just a little wide, but able to get it, whips back right around the right way. And look at, the snow that accumulated off and on the racing surface. I know it's really gravel, but it definitely will. Next time that any car makes their way through that section with gravel up and on the racing surface, it is and acts just like some snow. Definitely loss of grip. Just under 6 minutes to go left here from Oran Park. Once again, appreciate every single one of you joining in. If you're liking what you see, let me know down there in YouTube land below. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're newer here. We're so close to the 500 mark. Means so much to me, every single one of you. Not only racing here tonight, but the live viewers here. Also, hey, if you're watching this race, a little bit of a broadcast replay, that is a-okay too. Let me know down there in the comments section. It would be. Alrighty, well, we are inching ever so closer, just 5 minutes left to go. We see JT65 Sports, sounds great to me. These GR86s look exciting. JT, if you're still hanging around here, man, we would love to have you in West Coast Sim Racing. Hey, this is just the preseason thriller. You can already see the racecraft between these drivers. They definitely have the respect for one another, although these cars are hell to drive here, especially at a track like Oran Park. You got that rear wing that could double as a dinner table there up on the rear end, but it doesn't give you too much downforce. And take a look at the suspension work here on the front end of, both John Ebersol and Amethyst Reese here going into, once again, our double apex here. Double left-hander. Look at the right end sink into the racetrack as, once again, Amethyst Reese, don't count this driver out on our battle for P2. Showing AliXA right now, the final driver that is left on track that is not gone well, AliXA is shown 2 laps down, but every other driver, P11 through P27. We had a really nice field here tonight. Unfortunately, is going to drop out of things here just a little earlier on, although that we did have that caution flag and waiver rounds were given. There's Amethyst Reese going to run big wide there and up the hill. Careful, Amethyst, although we are getting down to the nitty-gritty, about 4.5 minutes to go left in the race. Don't count out Jesse out for that final driver interview spot. He's starting to inch his way right back up in there. 3.5 second gap is, that's a little bit of a touch there. Look at our photographer going to work there. That was the first time I've actually seen a photographer move here on the sim. Man, iRacing simulating just about everything that you can ask for here. Just track temps, tire temps. I am not going to name every single thing, but it's called a simulation for a reason. These just about every single thing you can imagine besides lockups. I will say iRacing needs to get on lockups a little bit better, as well as running into the ice that is known as the grass. And this could be a Sean and Tater curse, because that was within 10 seconds of talking about him. Jesse going to go around. Might be on me. I start talking about what iRacing could simulate a little bit better, and unfortunate that we do have a spin on track. Here we see Jesse could possibly be, I really do think Jesse just hit that inside, what would you call that, just curve there, and I think that's what sent him around. We'll take another look at it here. Another Panda Spec Motorsport driver who's joined us here in the, what once again was the 86 Challenge Sim League, and here we go. I think there's going to be contact with that curb. No, I didn't see anything. Just cranks that wheel a little too hard, trying to carry a little bit too much speed there for that 31. Around he's going to go. Where he stops, I can tell you it's going to be right there still on the racetrack. Normally I have another line there if you send it into a tire barrier, but Jesse did keep it out of the tire barrier, still where he was running this race. Warren Johnson up to P5 once again. Another nice run, a little crinkle in that front nose. He is hanging on dear life for this driver. Another point best there in the real life world for Warren Johnson and his road course running real life GR86. Congrats on that, Warren, and keep up the good work. Alrighty, coming to just 1 minute to go in the race. That should mean next time that this driver of the number 5, Andreas, makes their way down and across the start-finish line here. We should be see Barry the Flagman start to whip this white flag out here. Look at that. That is so cool if you just saw what the photographer just did. He was whipping around. It looked like he was actually following him here. I'm still, yep, there we see up in the top right of the screen. White flag is out for Andreas Brienfalk. Our preseason thriller is going to sadly come down to an end here, but John Ebersol still within 1.5 seconds. He's, Andreas, it's just a slight slip up. I know we do have ABS, but a little slight lockup, a little slight run off the racing surface. Don't count out John out of the race win just yet. He is flashing his lights. John's doing everything he can as we see Silva make his way back and into pit road, driver of the 26. White flag is out here. It's going to be hard to catch Andreas Brienfalk. Led every single lap here today, even with that caution flag. Got an immaculate race start. Oh man, this is going to be fun to see what Andreas has for us the rest of this season, as well as in multi-class. Will we see this driver run the faster class, or will we see Andreas run those GT4 series? Well, you have to stick around for the start of what will be a really fun season. The West Coast Sim Racing League here on on Stam Studio Network. Looks like Andreas will take it away, conquer P1 here from Oran Park. John Ebersol is going to take P2 right there with him. Stayed P2 just quite about that whole race. So did Amethyst Reese, had P2. Just about some back and forth with John Ebersol. Amethyst will take P3 at the end of it. Jesse L. Pate going to take P4. Warren Johnson. Lewis Holloway will come across the line here for P6. Christian Gonzalez. Andreas Profana. Silva coming home P9 in that number 26. And P10 will be Ali Aksay bringing it home in that number 19. Stick with us here on Stam Studio Network. I'll be right back with you here, and I will bring you the top 3 driver interviews just a few moments' time. Alrighty, there you see it. Race results. These are right now official, but I don't think we're going to have any points or any penalties come from this race, so I would definitely call this thing official for Andreas. We'll be talking with Andreas, John, Amethyst, just a few moments as get through this front-running field. Jesse once again taking P4, Warren taking P5, Lewis Holloway, Christian coming on P7, Andreas Profana, Silva P9, Ali Aksay P10, Joe Wild, Matthew, I'm gonna butcher this one, Matthew Gazino. God damn, I shouldn't have even tried. 55 coming on P12. Hayden, P13. Adam Hank Parks, P14. Jacob Gardner. Mason D. Walters. Colin Gerald. Wesley Gunzler. Ronald Miller. Chris Woods. Jason Greenwood. Thomas Garcia. Goodness, 27 driver field here tonight. Charlie Steele. Thiago P. DeLima. Robert Schweckler. Francisco Gonzalez, Lara, and David Tamira, rounding out our 27 driver field. Alrighty, let's cut down to the driver interview room here, where I actually have driver waiting for us here, Amethyst Reese. Amethyst, you got yourself a copy.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great after our little preseason thriller here tonight. How are you doing?
I'm a little tired from dealing with Oran Park, but otherwise doing great. Had a lot of fun.
It looks like a lot of fun out there tonight. We were wrestling these Toyota GR86s around. I mean, what did it feel like behind the wheel, and how were the track conditions here tonight, Amethyst?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of debris all over the track, but
it looked like snow. There was so much gravel on track.
Yeah. Otherwise, most of the setup that we're all running now is pretty stable. Worked pretty well. Towards the end, the tires were falling off pretty fast. So I was like, for a bit, I was in a little bit of a fight with John, but then I just couldn't hold it together and just let the pace fall back a little bit rather than keep going off.
Hey, I like the way you think. I like that racecraft. Just take where you are instead of throwing it all out the window here. I know I know this was just a little bit of a preseason thriller, but it gives us kind of what to look at of what's to come, the rest of this season. And with this, before we get up to P2 of John Ebersol and our race winner of Andreas, is there anybody who you'd like to thank or shout out who makes this all happen for you here tonight?
Shout out to Warren and you for continuing to make this happen. It's always a ton of fun to be here. And then, as always, much love to my partner, Ember.
Well, thank you so much for that, Amethyst, and hopefully you have a great rest of your night.
Thank you, you too.
Alrighty, going to cut down to our P2 driver here, Mr. John Ebersol here out of Texas. You got yourself a copy.
He went to bed.
Oh, okay, I don't blame him. It's late over here, man. It's about 10:40 our time. Congrats there, John Ebersol, and I know who he would be thanking. It's Panda Spec Motorsports and Rob Edgel for the sick paint jobs there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Warren, real quick before we get the league owner interview, going to cut down to our race to stop suicide of Victory Lane here with Andreas. Andreas, you got yourself a copy?
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, there, the graphic updated there, showing you winner now. That will make it all official here from our preseason thriller. Andreas, you led just about every single, if not every single lap here tonight. I mean, how do you do it, man? Is it pre-race practice? Is it just feeling out the car and the track conditions? How did you make it happen tonight?
Honestly, I just threw down a bunch of practice laps before the session even opened. I mean, I joined this Discord a few days ago, so I didn't really know what to expect, so I wanted to be over-prepared.
Oh, I've been there, done that. It could be a little nerve-wracking joining into a new Discord like this, but man, I can tell you the racecraft and cleanliness of these guys, these guys and gals on and off the racetrack. It's really hard to beat, but what's more special is you coming out here and beating all these guys your first race with us.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I mean, I was saying to the guys in the voice chat, I was expecting myself to lose the consistency early on, but I was able to just lock in and keep it together.
Well, congrats once again on your pre-season thriller victory here tonight from Oran Park. Andreas, who makes it happen? Who makes this all possible for you?
Just got here.
Andre, okay,
I think his mic cut out a little bit.
I'm showing it's still talking in the Discord. Andreas, can you still hear us? Oh no, that's the worst time.
Mic went out. Oh no.
All right.
But we'll get back to him.
Hello?
There he is.
There he is. All right.
Okay.
Alrighty, we got you back here with us in Victory Lane. Real quick before we get to Warren Johnson, Andreas, who makes this all happen for you? What? Oh,
Did it cut out again? Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, Warren, we'll cut to
back
you real quick, and then Andreas will get right back with you. Warren, you got yourself a copy.
I got a copy. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I got you loud and clear. Warren, you had a really nice run tonight. You were showing some speed, some pace. You got right back up to P4, finished the race in P5. Man, it really nice run tonight.
Yeah, it was a good one. This track's always pretty chaotic, especially like turn 2. So that the turn 2 chaos got to me that time. That's okay. It's a preseason race, and I know this track pretty well, so I was able to catch back up, and I did. So I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, man, I would definitely go to bed happy, smile on my face after a race like that. Warren, this is going to be a new season here. Who makes this all happen for you? Not only tonight, but I mean coming up throughout this whole season that we are about to endure, both Monday and Thursday nights.
You for always doing the broadcasts, and then we got Robert Schwenkler. He's been helping out a lot with the admin stuff. Amethyst has been helping a lot with the admin stuff. All the Panda Spec guys, they help out in various ways, and You know, they're a good group of guys. You know, want to thank the Apex Motor Club people. They do those Wednesday night races. They weren't here tonight because Slater was getting married, so I want to shout out them. Yeah, Slater Colby, congrats on your marriage, and you know you have a beautiful family, and it looks like a good old time down there in Mexico. But yeah, I'm liking the changes so far. This was our first kind of test race of the new rules and everything, and I really like it. I like the restarts. I like the start. Everybody was, you know, bunched together, and it was good. You know, other than the turn 2 stuff, but that's just the nature of Oran Park, so I don't blame anyone for that. But I like the changes. I think that was a great improvement. The racing was super clean. The damage wasn't even that bad. I got hit a bunch of times, and my car was fine. I never went in the pits, so I think this is a great improvement for the season, and I'm really excited to do Thursday, and then we got a little trophy truck action tomorrow. That's gonna be fun, and then yeah, so we're feeling good. I'm excited.
Well, I'm so excited to Warren to I hopefully can get out on track with you guys tomorrow night. If I think I have one broadcast, if times line up, I'll try and get out on track, and I can't wait for the rest of the season.
Heck yeah, man.
Real quick before we get going, Andreas, I know that your mic cut out last time we asked you if there's anybody you'd like to thank. I'm gonna try one more time here, but man, that was so weirdly timed. It was both. I was still showing him talk here in Discord, but I think he's still trying to fix it here behind the scenes. So appreciate everybody coming out and watching tonight. Thank you, Warren, for having me. And man, once again, can't wait until for the season to actually start up next week. Thank you everybody for tuning in here on Stam Studio Network. My name's been Sean Stam. Hey, have a great rest of your night, and hey, catch us tomorrow night. Bump and Run Cup Series action coming at you live from Michigan Speedway. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Drive home safe.